Hello, my lovely darlings. It is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading, and today's reading is called The Truth About Your Family and Their Role in Your Life. And obviously, this is a huge topic, and a 30-minute tarot reading probably isn't going to be able to cover everything. However, I do hope that this reading gives you guys some guidance and is beneficial to you, okay? And also, I wanted to say too, by no means in any way am I advocating spiritual bypassing, toxic positivity, and all these types of things, okay? And I'm also not trying to justify why, bad things happen to good people, all right? Because no one really knows the answer for that. So just to get that out of the way, so everybody knows what I'm doing in this reading and what I'm not doing in this reading, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. A few quick announcements before I do that. Make sure you hit the bell notification to subscribe to my channel so you know when I go live. And also at the end of April, I'm gonna be opening up 40 slots to get a free astrology reading from me. And it will be over Zoom, and it will just be you and I will need an accurate birth time in order to do that for you, okay? And it's gonna kind of be at the end of April. It's gonna be kind of first come, first serve, but it's an amazing opportunity to get your chart read for free. It is a part of my ongoing study that I've been doing with my amazing teacher, and this is part of our practicum. So I will be excited to do that for you. And interestingly, I just had my own chart read today by another one of the students in one of the other classes at the astrology school that I'm at, and it was such a powerful reading. And I just, every time you can get an astrology reading and it validates some level of your experience and it makes you feel like I'm not crazy, I actually am who I am. And it's both the good, both, the challenges and the struggles and everything. It's quite a powerful experience. And it's one of those experiences where you end up feeling really, really seen and sometimes very vulnerable too. So I just wanted to put that out there for those of you that are ready for that level of closeness with yours truly, okay? So we are gonna go ahead and get into your reading. And finally, for those of you that would like a personal reading, you can certainly request, and there's a description box below to show exactly how to do that. If you'd like to follow me on OnlyFans, and I do 18+ readings there, there's a link to that below. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do so are below. And finally, if you would like to check out my other tarot channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, you can check out my vibe on my other channel, okay? Everything you need is in the description box, everything and more, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go through the piles and then we'll get into them. Pile number 1 is the orange tea light. Pile number 2 is the black tea light, and pile number 3 is the purple tea light. So close your eyes, take a cleansing breath, release what no longer serves you, take in what does serve you. Think about what color are you feeling today? Are you feeling orange? Are you feeling black? Are you feeling purple? Okay, what comes to your mind? Also, you can feel free to watch more than one pile too if you just are looking for more guidance, okay? I'm very happy to have you watch as many piles as you want to watch, all of them if you feel like it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the readings. Everybody, I'm gonna ring the bell. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called The Truth About Your Family and Their Role in Your Life. A little quick disclaimer, this is gonna be a half an hour long reading, and there's way more dynamics in your family that I'm sure I'll be able to get into in this reading. However, I do hope to clarify for you in a beneficial manner. In no way am I an advocate of toxic positivity, spiritual bypassing, and trying to justify why bad things happen to good people. So I just wanted everyone to know that before we start the reading. And I think you guys know me anyway. If you've been to my channel for a while, you know I'm a pretty straight shooter, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my pile number ones who come here today seeking your wonderful guidance with an open heart. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium and the channel between yourself and pile number one. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can get some channeled. Okay, Spirit is showing me like a sweepstakes game, you know, where you turn, like, it's like the Price is Right or the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, it's more like the Wheel of Fortune, where you turn the wheel and then you get a letter and all that stuff. Maybe someone in your family liked watching that show back in the day, or the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot is particularly poignant for you. But Spirit is showing me like a spinning and like a sweepstakes. Maybe some of you are just winning something, or you're gonna get something. But because the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter in the tarot, which is always lovely. We always love to get a little bit more freebies in life. Let's see what else for pile number one. Okay, I'm also seeing somebody that has different colored contacts, like maybe even like purple colored contacts, or maybe you saw a TV show with someone with purple eyes, or I'm seeing that like laser out of the eyes type of a thing. So maybe some of you have a very piercing gaze. Yeah. Maybe someone in your family really likes Star Wars or Star Trek, because I'm getting that kind of like laser type of, like the pew, 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 you know, like laser noise. Let's see what else for pile number one, please. Okay, I just heard less is more. So maybe that's a thing in your family of like not going overboard on things, or of just being simple instead of going crazy on things. But let's go, or maybe that's something you learn from your family, less is more, and not to like be completely extra all the time because it's exhausting. But let's see what else for pile number one. Okay, Spirit is like kettle is on, or griddle is on. A griddle, I think, is where you make pancakes or something like that, like a griddle, I think, and the kettle is on. So maybe people in your family would say that or talk about that. Let's see what else for pile number one. I just heard no wasting energy or electricity. So maybe people in your family were really adamant about that. Like, don't turn off all the lights, don't waste this, don't waste that. What else for pile number one, Spirit? Okay, I feel like someone in your family made something that, like some type of dish that was quite gross. It was like stew or something, you know, like a beef stew or a stew of some kind. And it was like the leftovers of it were always really gross. Or maybe someone cooked with like beef tongue or something like that. And you're like, oh, when I was younger, like, I don't want that, okay? I feel like someone here has a brother or a sister, particularly a brother, who used to tease them about food, or food that they found disgusting, okay? Let's see what else for pile number one. I'm also getting, okay, so far I've got two signs. I have Virgo and Scorpio, so maybe you have some of those in your chart, or your family has some of those in their chart, okay? Let's see what else. Okay. Yeah, Spirit is showing me like sewing, or somebody who is really good with sewing in your family, or cross stitch, like very, very fine needlepoint, that type of thing. I think it's called cross stitch. What else for pile number one, please? Okay, you know those things that you put on your thumb, like a thimble or something, or it's like a little thing you put over your thumb, and then you can also turn the pages faster. Spirit's showing me one of those. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Okay, I'm also getting Scotch tape, like someone who thought Scotch tape would like fix everything, or was like some kind of solution to things, like, oh, just use some Scotch tape, something like that. Okay, I'm also getting someone whose family comes from like the old world. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe immigrants, or come from the old world, or old like Eastern European kind of a vibe, or like Romani or things like that. Okay, like somebody whose family comes from like an older tradition, or like the old world, what you would call that. I'm also getting like someone's family who is involved in the spice trade, or maybe there's like stories about that in your family as well. I also feel like there were distant relatives, or like if you go up the family tree, like great grandparents, who were quite wealthy. But then I feel like it kind of dried up once it got down to like the newer generations, is what I kind of feel. Like something got squandered or something. That's maybe why we have the less is more thing going on here. All right. And Spirit is also telling me Frosty the Snowman, which is crazy because it's summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, but maybe you liked making snowmans. Also, was there a thing called Frosties or some type of ice cream or some type of ice shave thing called I don't know. Spirit is saying something about like a Frosty or something, almost like a shaved ice or something like that. I have no idea, but pile number 1, let's see what else. Okay, I just heard I'm learning to fly, but I don't have wings. I'm learning to fly, da, 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 but I don't have wings. Is that Tom Petty? I don't remember. Learning to fly. It's an interesting song. You guys can take a look, okay? Here's the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I'm learning to fly, but I don't have wings. Also, the 8 of Swords is a huge, like, sewing card, which is a weird fact that I know, okay? But let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Pile number 1, let's go ahead, okay? I'm just getting the name Sheena right now. Maybe someone in your family, Sheena, Sheila, Shayla, that type of name. Maybe you have S names in your family. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1 and see. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the, the 9 of Swords. Worried about money, like I was saying, like less is more, or worried about resources or money, worried about, you know, like what's going on, what's happening. I'm going to get more. Okay. Wow. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. It's a real blind leading the blind type of thing. Like everyone thinks they know the best way. And some of you may have had 2 siblings as well, like a brother and a sister, or 2 brothers that were different. Maybe one was an air sign and one was an earth sign, but both of them gave unsolicited advice. Both of them, you know, I feel like one was a little bit more cruel, maybe with the things that they said or the words that they said to you at times. And I do think the other one maybe meant well a little bit more, but also was kind of maybe unhelpful and focused on their own stuff. You know what I mean? And couldn't see how hard you were struggling. I also feel like there was one sibling that could have been like, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, why are you crying? Like, you know, there's no crying in baseball, as they say, okay? Yeah, so some of you, and I feel like some of you here could have half brothers or half sisters as well. But it wasn't, you know, someone was way too someone being totally focused on what they need to do and what they have to do, and then the other person being too overbearing. Also, you could have had very young parents as well, pile number 1, or parents that didn't really know what they were doing, and one that was like too busy to kind of understand that you were in pain or that you were suffering and struggling, and then the other one that was trying to was being kind of harsh with you and telling you to just like tough it out and, you know, tough it out, kid, or that type of thing, okay? And I think there could have been considerable anxiety. Also, I feel like there could have been someone in your family that didn't know what to do with you or didn't know how to make you feel better. Like, you know, there's no cups here. I do feel like you guys could have had like nightmares growing up or dealt with stuff like that, okay? I also feel like some people here may have had a parent that was quite quite depressed sometimes, or like in a black hole a lot of times, okay? And then you having to say something or do something here, and then having to be practical as well, okay? I know I'm covering a lot of situations here, but I just have to say it because that's what I'm getting, okay? I feel like someone's suggestions about certain things were quite unhelpful. I'm going to go ahead and get out the rest of the oracle cards, and then I'm going to read them all right? So we have manipulative. Okay, so someone in your family using manipulative energy to exert power over someone or a situation. Okay, someone that was entirely unhelpful to another person that actually made their anxiety or made their suffering even worse. Okay, someone that tried to make someone else kind of like work through, like just keep pushing themselves or keep working even though they were struggling. All right. And talking about how the family is struggling with issues of self-esteem, maybe wanting to act like they know what's going on or they have the solution, even though, like I said, the blind leading the blind and trying to act like they know what's going on. Okay. We have obsessiveness. Okay. So some things that we become very obsessive over become very emotionally draining, all right? And people in your family could have been very obsessive as well and could have experienced a lot of emotionally draining emotions such as anxiety, nervous energy, depression, etc., that can feel very emotionally draining and demanding. All right. I also feel someone was very obsessive about making the other person kind of like snap out of it. And and I feel some of you, it could have made you feel like you may be hypercritical on yourself. You may beat yourself up at times, and you may tell yourself like you have to keep going even though you feel awful or even though you're struggling. Okay. And I do see someone trying to help though, trying to kind of help the situation, but I feel like it might have been a little bit too late, okay? Because someone else was already in the mix, like creating havoc. We have here creativity. Yeah, it's kind of like a lawless atmosphere when you have like two pages as parents, a little bit like young parents or parents that were still growing up themselves, all right? But at the same time, there probably was an orange is the color of a sacral chakra. So something about getting a lot of ideas and creativity, being able to kind of act on them with the Page of Pentacles. We have death. Ooh, yeah, the death of creativity. The death of creativity is criticism, being harsh on oneself and criticizing oneself. All right, that's the death of creativity for sure. We have here 777. All right, pile number one. 777 is one of my favorite numbers. I love that for you guys. It says, I am in the flow. I feel like with this Page of Swords energy, like people trying to interrupt your flow and being quite unhelpful. And I feel like you guys are now stepping into this energy of the Page of Pentacles, which is about focus, okay? And staying in the flow and keeping your eye on the prize and keeping yourself disciplined and focused while at the same time not beating yourself up or being hypercritical on yourself, okay? And taking it easy when you need to. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness is in your soul. Yeah, I feel like some of the people you grew up around had a feeling of it not being calm in the soul at all. And I feel like it rubbed off on you at times and very draining, all right? But I feel like with you guys, you had no choice but to address this and to stay focused on what it is that you need to do here and not get distracted. I am in the flow, all right? Pile number one, you are in the flow. Manifestation, yeah. Like, the whole thing is when we're down and we're not feeling so great, and then we have people around us judging us, trying to exert power over us, trying to push us down because they don't feel great about something, like, it really diminishes our power. You know what I'm saying? And with the Page of Pentacles is really about manifesting something for sure, okay? So getting through that like nervous energy, getting through that anxiety so that you can keep going forward, all right? We have here, be assertive. Yeah, your family teaching you a lot about being assertive, pile number one, especially when people are picking on you and like showing you no mercy, okay? And I don't feel like you guys are like F you, like middle fingers to the sky to people. I feel like what you do is you just withdraw and you focus on what you need to focus on, and keeping your mind, and especially your mind, healthy is what I'm getting. All right. And I do feel like, these people who were manipulative over you, etc., it taught you to be assertive and to stay focused, okay? Yeah. And some of you may just be, because you're all in different phases, right? So some of you are older and younger watching this, but I feel like you're starting to realize you can block out distractions. You know what I'm saying? You can say no with this Death card. I don't want this type of energy around me. I want to focus on my creativity, and I'm not going to obsess about other people, what they think of me, emotionally draining situations. All right. So Spirit is saying here, be assertive. And I feel this is something you learned. Maybe from some of the women in your family too. It was about being assertive. All right. Throat chakra. Absolutely. Pile number 1. Speak your truth, courage. Okay. So the throat chakra having to do with speaking your truth. The Page of Swords can definitely speak their truth. Now, sometimes we get afraid of speaking our truth because we're afraid it may hurt others, because we're afraid of what will happen if we do speak our truth. Okay. So I feel like your family situation has a particular issue with the throat chakra. So there's some things that you can do on YouTube. There's meditations, etc., to work on the throat chakra and to release some of that tension and stress in the throat, okay? Especially if you find yourself being really hypercritical towards yourself, all right? And I'm seeing the number 8 and the number 7. So someone in the family could have a birthday in the 7th month or the 8th month. I'm also seeing Mercury here too, okay? And this is card number 40. So I feel like as you guys get older, as you guys sort of move through a lot of this excess, wasted energy, obsessing over things and racing thoughts. And after you guys kind of are working through this energy, I feel like, later in life, or as you go down the road, things are going to get clearer. Things are going to come together, be brighter, clearer, and sharper for you. And I do feel like you have the ability to stay in the flow, pile number 1, and be very, very committed to what you're doing. And I feel like some of that was eroded in your childhood, like people just giving up, all right? And, and I feel like with you, it's different. Like you have a side to you that's practical, that likes to persevere as well, okay? And we have suppression here too on the throat chakra. So somebody exerting power over someone else here through suppressing their throat chakra or their feelings, or making them feel like their ideas are stupid, or making them feel like the things that they want to focus on are dumb. You know what I'm saying? And so for those of you that dealt with that, there is something for you about speaking your truth and standing up with courage to say, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to manifest what I want. And I don't care what you say. I don't care how critical you're going to be or whatever. If you think my ideas are stupid, right, with creativity and death, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. And it's straight up 7 o'clock. You see that on my clock right there, pile number 1. It's straight up 7 o'clock. And 777, wow, yep. Talk about manifestation and having access, full access to your powers, okay? So we have the throat portal here. And maybe some of you do things with writing, or for a career or communication or something like that too as well, okay? And I mean, for those people that need to write, they're often up late at night and they need to focus and things like that. Maybe you do some of that anyway. from like a journaling perspective to help with some of the obsessive energy to find out what has been draining you, okay? And we have here a power move. Ooh, I like it. Pile number 1. Yeah, a power move, okay? So people obsessing over you and what you're up to and like, you know, oh, you don't know what you're doing, or your decisions are not, you know, based in logic or reality. Like people kind of playing these games with you. I feel like your power move here is to give up on that obsessive mental energy and put an end to things that are draining you. And you may have to do this multiple times in your life when you're dealing with people, is if they are draining you emotionally, then it may be time to say, that's it, that's the end. I need to confront this situation and be assertive and make a power move here, okay? So death and a power move are saying, you know, I'm not going to put myself in that same situation. I'm in the flow and I am assertive and I am powerful, okay? And we have Jupiter and abundance. Yes, and that number 7. Oh my God, there it is again. It's number 7. We have 777 with 7 o'clock right now. And we have Jupiter with number 7, okay? And abundance, okay? Manifestations and abundance when it comes to money, when it comes to ideas, when it comes to having faith in yourself. Jupiter usually it's a lot of self-esteem too with Jupiter types, okay? Normally, like if they're not, you know, crazy Jupiter types, if they're just like outgoing, generous, loving, supportive. And I feel like that's you guys. And I feel like Spirit's coming through here to say there is so much support for your manifestations, and your ideas and the things you come up with are truly genius. And some of you may have had trouble sleeping at night, like I said, because you were getting certain information. You know, sometimes like people that are quite genius or brilliant at times have a hard time focusing or sleeping or kind of getting control of their mind. But I feel you guys have a very active and lively mind, and I feel it's going to support you well on your path to abundance, okay? And yeah, and like I said in the beginning about how there could have been money in the family before, but then it got squandered away. I mean, I feel like you're here to help bring some of that back and to bring that sense of, you know, criticism, manipulation, lack of focus, all of these kinds of things, to kind of move away from that energy and come into the energy of abundance and flow. I like it, pile number 1. And it's like bring some dignity back to the family line is what I feel with Jupiter here. All right, and I feel the overall effect you're gonna have on your lineage, pile number 1, is quite positive, okay? And we don't know how, you know, how deep our influence on our lineage is going to be felt until, you know, like we leave this planet. But I feel for some of you, it's quite, you know, it's there, okay? I'm getting Aries energy right now. And for those of you that have Jupiter and Aries, get ready, because Jupiter is going to go into Aries for a little bit this year and then is going to be in Aries a lot next year too. So watch out for that, because I think the things that you're putting effort into and the things that you're working on and growing are going to be that much more amplified by Jupiterian energy, all right? We have card 35 here, and this is the 11th house and friends, okay? And for those of you that have had friends that are very manipulative or controlling, or, you know, I feel like your friendships have also been an area of learning, okay? Because why is someone trying to exert all this power and influence over you if they're literally at the same level as you? You know what I mean? We have 2 pages here. So, and actually, I feel like these types of people, they just like to talk to hear themselves talk. They don't really walk the walk, you know, where I feel the Page of Pentacles is walking the walk. And I feel walking the talk, talking the walk, like both. And some of you guys may have dealt with some friends that have been similar energy, like sisters or brothers in your family, or even parental energy, okay? I also feel like some of you have really good friends too, who at this point in your life, or you will, are going to really support you and encourage you towards your dreams and tell you to be like more assertive, okay? And some of you may find like that your friends are actually more beneficial to you than like your own siblings, you know what I mean? And some of you may feel like your friends are actually like your siblings, you know what I mean? Like a sister or brother to you. And I do see two friends here that I feel like could be very comforting to you, and also tell you like, hey, you know, you're doing great. Keep going. I got your back. Be assertive. Don't let people, you know, don't let people talk down to you. Don't let people back you into a corner. And certainly don't do that to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself down. All right. And because of this reason, friendship could be very important to you guys if you had siblings that were very harsh on your energy or made you feel less than or inferior, okay? And we have here elephant and greatness. I love it because the elephant so aligns with Jupiter energy as well. And Lord Ganesh, for those of you who are into the Hindu deities, whenever I see the elephant, I think of Ganesh, okay? It says here, love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Yes, be assertive. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. Wow. I feel like some people taking you down a notch in your family, making you feel like you didn't know what you were doing, but you do, pile number one. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Oh my gosh, manifestation and abundance. I am in the flow. All right. And your family members really teaching you a lesson about being assertive. And because if we play it too safe in life, like that can be the death of our creativity. It can make us feel like we're living someone else's life, you know, instead of our own. And I'm just going to draw a few more cards for you here, pile number one, and see if your spirit guides have anything they would like to share with you about your family, or actually your family or your role in your family. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here for my pile number ones. Spirit, can you tell me here? For my pile number ones, can you tell me? Okay, can you tell me, please? Spirit is giving me the J names right now, like James or Jessica, okay? There might be J names in your family. I'm also getting the name Jackie, all right? If you have someone in your family with that name, Jacqueline or Jackie is a name I'm getting too. Spirit also just said Lucifer. All right, someone in your family who was quite negative at times or just was not a good influence on you, okay? Pile number one, and let's go ahead and see. I feel like there's an auntie coming through for some of you guys here too, an auntie, pile number one. Let's go ahead and see. Anything else? Pile number one, spirit guides, please. Anything else? Okay, I feel like they're saying don't second guess yourself, you know where you're going. And as soon as I said that, there's a Justice card, of course. And Justice looks at the Page of Swords trying to, like, you know, get a reaction from her, or trying to, like, you know, I mean, Justice is not a card that's going to be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as you guys get older, you just get stronger, okay? It's 7-11 right now. I love 7-11. That's another one of my favorite numbers. And I mean, I feel like for some of you guys too, focus is something, there might have been some ADHD things or some things around focus as well. And I feel like little, baby steps every day with focus and planning and little things here and there and here and there are going to keep you in flow and keep you towards your manifestations. I also feel like Justice is, I mean, she's one of my favorite cards in the tarot because she's so strong, yet she's so graceful and dignified. And I just love that energy. And I feel she's so royal too, I love the purple silk behind her. And I love her contemplative look. And she's open, her arms are open, but she's no dummy. You know what I'm saying? No one would ever accuse the Justice card of being a dummy. All right. And I feel like as you guys go, like no one's going to manipulate Justice. Okay. Justice, her esoteric title in the tarot is the daughter of the Lords of Truth. Okay. And she's the ruler of the balance. So, I mean, people are not going to be able to manipulate Justice. And I feel as you guys get older, your mind is going to be even sharper, and you're going to be more confident, right? Because we have the whole self-esteem thing here as well. And Justice doesn't have a problem with eliminating the things that are causing her to feel drained either. And Justice knows that obsession is bad for everyone involved. And it's better to stay balanced in the mind and know your own authority, right? A power move. Okay. So I love that. And I feel like you guys are, as you get older and as you move through life, I feel you guys demand respect. And it's not like you go up to people and punch them in the face and say, I demand your respect. It's more like just by being the individual that you are, some of you becoming very well spoken or becoming very amazing writers, or the way that you say things and do things becoming quite, impressive and pertinent, okay, to what you're doing in life. And these people that tried to exert power over you in the past they're going to realize you're unfuckwithable, okay? Like you're not able to be fucked with. And I always say that Justice is the mentor for the Queen of Swords. So for those of you that do tarot, like what a badass the Queen of Swords is. Then you look at Justice and it's like, wow. And I feel for some of you guys that have kids, if you have daughters or sons, but mainly daughters, you are going to teach them to be confident in their choices, to be, bold, to be strong, to be smart, to stick with things, to not let people, and to know your place, right? I mean, I feel like you guys are not egotistical in any way, and you know how to listen openly to others and considering what they're saying, not just cut people down immediately, but listen openly and then make a choice from there, okay? We could have Libras here too, for those of you that have Libra in your chart, or you have a lot of Libras in your family, okay? I'm also getting Moon in Libra. Let's get one more card here for my pile number ones. As far as spirits, guides, and angels, what else would you like to say to pile number one regarding this? You are going to be making clear decisions, my loves, okay? The skeleton of the past of like swimming in multiple directions and not knowing where to go is going to end. All right. And there's the King of Wands too. So I feel like some of you here, okay, a couple of things. We could have Sagittarius or Aries energy here with the King of Wands, and then we have Libra here. Some of you, as you get older, you're going to be standing up to a father or a brother in your family, okay? And they could be a fire sign or have fire in their chart, particularly maybe a Sagittarius, all right? And they fashion themselves to be, a leader and to be quite sharp and to be able to call things and make good decisions, but they don't have the wisdom that you have, okay? And I feel like as you guys get older and as you grow in your power, even if you had a brother that tried to talk over you or tried to, you know, get one over on you. I feel like you guys are, you know, you're fair, pile number one, but you're also not going to put up with anything. If somebody attempts to treat you in a way that isn't respectful or fair to you, you will take that sword in your hand and you will cut that wand. You will take the King of Wands, his wand, and you will literally reach across the aisle and just cleanly cut it in half, okay? Pile number one. So I feel like, especially like with men or with, you know, fathers or brothers or male figures in your family, I do feel like you are demanding respect, okay? And even in your relationships, I think too, okay? Like even in your romantic relationships, you're not going to be made a fool of, and you're not going to stand for fuckery with justice here, okay? And you're loving and you're kind, but if something needs to be said, you'll say it with great clarity and acumen, okay? And I do think you guys are going to, your relationships within your family, especially with men, or your romantic relationships, are kind of forcing you to be more self-assertive and to be more confident, which is a very good thing, because I feel you can stand up for yourself. Okay, pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. What an awesome reading. I hope that that resonated for you and provided some clarity. I would love to get your comments and your feedback, pile number one. You know, I always appreciate it. And if you enjoyed your reading, I would so appreciate a subscribe or a like. It really does help the channel grow and help other people find my work. Thank you so much, pile number one, and take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Alrighty. Okay. Just get set up really quick here. Ooh, I love a good mist. You know what I'm saying, everybody? Let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called The Truth About Your Family and Their Role in Your Life, okay? We're not going to be able to solve all the world's problems in a half-an-hour reading, but hopefully we will get to the core of something here for you, pile number two, and zero in on something with accuracy here for you, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number twos who come here today seeking your guidance with an open heart. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium between pile number two and yourself, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. All right. Okay, a couple of things. Okay, I'm going to have to tell, slow down to your guys' guides. I'm going to get some channeled messages, okay? I feel like somebody had a fever, got fevers a lot as a child. Like, you know, and maybe it was indicative of some other influence or some other illness. But I do feel like someone had a tendency to get a lot of fevers. I also feel like maybe if you go back in your family tree, like someone had typhoid fever, TYHIOD. I don't know how to say that, but it is some type of thing. All right. I don't know like what that means medically, but I feel there was some issues with that. Okay. Or maybe someone was sick a lot as a child. And I feel like right now someone's putting like a warm washcloth across my head. And it's like, you know, kind of like stroking my hair or kind of like trying to calm someone down, okay? And I'm also getting the energy of someone that would wear a white nightgown a lot. Maybe it was your mother or a female in your family, or maybe it was you, okay? I'm also seeing like a room that has a lot of track lighting in it. It's like light after light after light after light. It could have like 8 of them in a row or 10 of them in a row, but a lot of track lighting. Maybe some of you had a house like that. Okay, Spirit just also told me Bruno Mars, who's a singer. Maybe some of you relate to that singer, or you heard that song growing up, or something. Maybe there's a Bruno in your family. I don't know. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, Spirit is also pointing me to like Northern European, like the UK, Ireland, that area. All right, so maybe some of you, your family comes from there, you have relatives there, or someone in your family lives there. Let's see what else, okay? Okay, I feel like someone, two things. I feel like someone tried to have a birthday party when they were younger and it turned out pretty bad, you know? Like maybe a parent or someone tried to plan a birthday party for you, but it just didn't go well, or something about it was sad, or something about it just like fell on its face. Like someone tried to have a nice party or tried to do something, but it was just like the energy was kind of deflated from it. Something happened there, okay? Let's see what else. Let's see what else here. Maybe some of you had a birthday party, but a lot of people didn't show up to it, or something like that. That was like really hard, you know, like, you know how kids have that, and it's like, oh my God, like nobody came, or you didn't get invited, or this type, feeling left out, feeling isolated, or feeling like left out from your peers at times. I do feel like some of you in this pile were like very close to your mother. I feel like some of you have mothers that have passed on, and but for some of you, or have been quite sick, but I feel there is a strong bond here between yourself and, you know, a female that's older than you in your family. It could be a grandmother, a mother, etc. But I am feeling like there is a close bond there. I feel like there's someone here who always used to like cut up peaches or cut up things like that. Like if anyone was sick or not feeling well, it's like, oh, just, you know, have an apple or have a peach, or you should have some of this, or, you know, always had like weird solutions for problems that didn't really help anything, but they tried. Okay. They're like, hey, my solutions worked. They're telling me. Okay. And did any of you ever have like peaches with cottage cheese or things like that? Because Spirit is showing me something like that, pile number 2. But anyway, you're like, it's disgusting, Natalie. Let's see what else for pile number 2. Let's see what else. Okay, I am getting a marathon runner. Someone in your family could have been a marathon runner or was into doing marathons. Could have been someone in your extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. But I am getting that. And okay, I'm getting daytime TV dramas. So maybe mom stayed home and liked those, or they were on TV a lot, but something about daytime TV dramas. Something about an empty nest as well, or like an empty nest was challenging to deal with. Or someone was bored because there was an empty nest at one point. Let's see what else. What else here for my pile number 2s, please? Okay, I do feel like some of you could have had, again, going back to the mothers, like mother who had a lot of headaches, or someone's mother who could be sick at times. Okay. All right. All right, for those of you that have fire sign mothers as well, I'm feeling like them come through Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What else here for my pile number 1s, please? All right, I just heard it's no excuse not to try, okay? So maybe there's something here about picking ourselves back up and continuing to try, or not giving up. Let's see what else for pile number 2. Okay. Something about nails on a chalkboard, or someone's voice getting very annoying, or feeling like nails on a chalkboard. Maybe someone in your family had an extremely annoying voice, or some of you could have had a sibling whose voice or mannerisms just highly irritated you at times. Okay. I feel some of you are from a family with 2 siblings and you're the older one, and then you have a younger one, okay? Let's see what else here. Okay, I'm also getting a family that would like to play card games at times, or played card games together, or did that sort of thing. Someone could have been into like gambling or games of chance as well, is what I'm getting. All right. Okay, I am also getting like, it's the whole like, don't you know I'm loco type of thing, which is like, don't you know I'm crazy? Which makes me, the whole loco thing makes me think about like families that have a Latin descendant, like you have like your family somewhere from a Latin country. Let's see what else for my pile number 2, please. Some of you may have been like forced to take piano lessons when you were younger, or like one of your siblings played it or something like that. I feel like someone's sibling played a musical instrument and it was like very annoying. Pile number 2. I'm sorry, you guys. And I also feel there's some only children are here that were like, thank God I was only child and I didn't have to put up with that crap. You know what I mean? Let's see what else here. Okay, Spirit's talking to me about like hopscotch and drawing with chalk on the pavement and stuff like that. All right, let me see if there's anything else. Okay, let me see. Something about charcoal. Okay, for those of you, maybe there was an accident with charcoal, or I'm also getting someone that had to call poison control at one time. Okay, pile number 2. Well, that was crazy because I feel like I just went to another world. Let's start your reading, pile number 2, and talk about the truth about your family and their role in your life. Okay, we have the moon. Yes, no wonder I was picking up on the mother. And also like body issues, or someone being sick, or someone really struggling with their physical or emotional health, I feel here too. Okay, we have the World card. All right, trying to manage a situation that is overwhelming at times. All right, and with the moon, the world is Saturn, so it's moon Saturn. So some of you guys may have moon Saturn in your chart, moon Saturn contacts, or like moon in Capricorn, or Saturn in Cancer for some of you here too, okay? And having to be the one that always has everything on your shoulders at times, I feel. Pile number, yeah, we have the 5 of Cups. So sometimes feeling quite disappointed with the way that things have happened. And I kind of feel like it's not through anyone's fault, really. I feel it's the circumstances that were dealt. Like someone being sick, or someone being unable to work, or someone struggling mentally, emotionally, or physically, okay? And with the 5 of Cups, feeling like there's nothing that you can do to really change the situation, and you just have to accept it for what it is, okay? And maybe a lot of people in your family relying on you to kind of be the pillar and be the thing that kind of holds everything up, even though at times you've privately struggled with your own emotions. And at times, I feel like pile number 2, there wasn't a lot of comfort, or there wasn't a lot of things like left over for you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I do feel there could be depression in the family as well. Like I feel there could also be anger that's been suppressed for a long time, especially on the maternal side of the family. I'm also feeling an energy of like single mothers, or mothers who didn't have a whole lot of help, and or the father being absent in some way, or even the mother being debilitated because of depression and things like that. Okay, and it's like looking for guidance, but there is none. So being forced to grow up really quickly. Some of you may be like mourning the loss of your childhood as well. Being forced to grow up quickly and take on the duties. And the World card, the esoteric name for the World card is the Great One of the Nighttime. Okay, and the black tea light is definitely an energy of the nighttime, along with the black robe and the Five of Cups. The moon is definitely an energy of primordial chaos and blackness as well. And I would say also bleakness, melancholy, and you know, just a sense of feeling like I need to get control of this situation because life feels threatening, okay? And I feel like it's because of the situations around that if the circumstances would have been a little bit better, it wouldn't have felt like so threatening at times, okay? Or like just so threatening to kind of like, to sort of like, you know, sometimes it can feel very threatening in families where there's a lot of hardship to even like feel joyful, or you feel like guilty because you are having some kind of success in your life, okay? There is that whole like survivor's guilt or feeling guilty about, you know, but the thing is, pile number 2 is I feel, you know, you've had to suffer quite a bit and give up quite a bit for your family, okay? And I do feel like the women in your maternal line, this has been a thing that has been a, you know, I don't want to say karmic cycle because that gives it a lot of, you know, like makes it feel kind of scary. But with the moon card, I think at times things could feel kind of scary, pile number 2. But it gives this sense of, especially with the feminine energy in your family, you know, going through these cycles, all right? And I do feel some of the feminine energy in the family could have been left to handle everything on their own, or were with like, you know, men that were abusive or, you know, like controlling, jealous, violent, okay? And I feel like some of the women in your family, like not, as they get older, not wanting to be with anyone. You know what I mean? Like just kind of wanting to be by themselves. But I feel like this also has put a lot of pressure on you, pile number 2, to if anything happens or if anything were to happen. And the World card is also Saturn, so it has to do with people getting older. You know, like when people get older, things get harder. Like the moon card, I was actually just watching something on, I don't know what got me started on it, but this morning I was watching something on dementia and early onset Alzheimer's and the stress that that puts on caregivers, you know, pile number 2. And that's with the moon card, I can definitely see like somebody losing, like something scary happening with someone's health, or someone like losing their personality or like losing their sense of individuality, you know, with the moon card where everything kind of flows into each other, you know, which can be quite creative. There might also be a lot of people in your family who are creative. I feel like a lot of repressed creative people could be in your family too. Or like the tortured artist kind of a thing too. All right, pile number 2, very interesting energy. Let's go ahead and see what okay. Oh, wow. Pile number 2. When I tell you, I almost fell out of my chair. Your guys' quote is, knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people, okay? I would also say knowing your own darkness is the best medicine for dealing with the darkness of other people. And that's a quote by Carl Jung, who is a psychologist, okay? Some of you may have been in the role of playing psychologist to people in your family as well. When you were privately trying to deal with your own frustrations and struggles and having to, you know, put those on the back burner, or like, you know, not kind of show that, all right? And With the moon card here, knowing your own darkness. So some of you too may at times feel a lot of emotion welling up and feeling like it's hard to release that. I feel you guys do need an outlet, okay? And especially for those of you who have been caregivers in the past or have dealt with that energy. And also guilt, I feel like could be a big thing that comes up in your family too. And you know, your sense of what that is to feel guilty and to also put that on other people, but also how it was put on you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a big piece of the puzzle here. Some of you could have had a parent that was mentally ill too, and growing up, or wasn't in the best headspace mentally, and you guys had to be the rock and the foundation, okay, for that. And I feel some of you could have lost your childhood because of that. Or your mother went through a situation like that where she lost part of her childhood, all right? And there is a sense here with the moon too, in the world of like clinging on to one another, okay? The Five of Cups in the tarot is Mars in Scorpio. So some of you may have, you know, like that Mars and Scorpionic energy where feeling the frustration and feeling the anger and like, why didn't I get to have a childhood, or why didn't I get to, like, I was so busy trying to help other people, I didn't even get to explore like my own feelings, you know what I mean? And maybe sometimes with the Five of Cups, feeling guilty if you even take time to do that, you know? Pile number 2, so I'm sending you a lot of love for that. We have shame. Yeah, shame and guilt. Okay, so sometimes we feel like unless we're helping other people, we're not useful, all right? And with the Five of Cups, he's wearing the black cloak, like he doesn't really want people to see him or to see that he or she is suffering, okay? And maybe there's a lot of guilt and shame around that, around letting people see you that way. Pile number 2, it says, shame, you are not flawed. You are so worthy of love and belonging. Forgive yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. Yeah, oh my God. And I talked about that in the channeled messages about not feeling like you belong, you know what I mean? And that you have to like be taking care of other people or be of service in order to have value, all right? And with the Five of Cups, like, forgive yourself, pile number 2. I know that's so hard to do. It's like, how do you do that? Because Five of Cups can also be a card of resentment. You know what I mean? And I know it's super hard. Like, I think the hardest thing to do in life can sometimes be to forgive yourself, okay? The World card is also a card of boundaries as well. Like needing some boundaries at some point here in your family. We have confidence. Yes, like, I think the people in your family, like with this moon card, devaluing themselves at times, or the maternal side of your family, very much devaluing themselves or making themselves less than they are, okay? And something about here for you guys about completing a cycle as it has to do with confidence. We have anxiety. Yeah, with the moon card, we can have a lot of anxiety. And some of you may over-plan or over-control things. With the World card here, especially for those of you that have a lot of Scorpio or fixed sign energy, that would be Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, you may get a lot of anxiety, you know, like when things seem uncertain, or when you can't plan something, or when you can't have control over it, okay? And it may also give you a lot of anxiety putting yourself out there in the world too, okay? Because the moon and the Five of Cups has a tendency to want to kind of stay hidden. But you guys are supposed to be like out in the world here and making a big difference in the world, okay? But sometimes, I mean, confidence is sexy, but confidence can also be very anxiety inducing, especially for people that felt a sense of shame around just simply being themselves. You know what I mean? Throwing off that black cloak in the Five of Cups and letting others like see you and see your vulnerabilities can be quite anxiety producing, okay? And we have here card 25, I am intelligent. You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Yes, with the World card and the Moon card, conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects. Yeah, Mars in Scorpio, the Five of Cups, your desire to dive deep. Even psychologically, I feel pile number 2, your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of, guess what? The world. Here's the World card right here. So your desire to dive deep into, the experiences in life that are more hidden, that are harder to deal with, because I feel like the Sun card's so much easier to deal with because you can clearly see what you're working with, and the individual has been allowed to emerge. But when you're working with heavier energies like Saturn and the Moon, it does cause you to dive deeper into curiosity and your own desires, and to, knowing your own self, okay? And knowing like how intelligent you are, pile number 2, because I think you have a great way of navigating many situations. And I also feel some of you here could be empaths as well, like being able to dive super deep into the waters of life. You know what I mean? And, like understanding the process of birthing and limitations and disappointment. I mean, all of these things are philosophical areas of life that people have sought to understand forever. You know what I mean? And because you guys have a Carl Jung quote here too, I'm feeling some of you could really be into that depth psychology, and certainly quite spiritual, all right? But maybe also realists as well, okay? I am intelligent. I love that, pile number 2. Getting to the bottom of things. Justice, yes. I feel like you guys have an incredible sense of fairness about things. Some of you may have Libra in your chart too, but you have an incredible sense of fairness because you've seen how people in the world, how their power has been diminished because of the environment they're in, or the circumstances they find themselves in. And I feel like you guys do seek justice for the underdog. And I feel like you guys are people that would stand in and defend the underdog, okay? And you're quite fierce, pile number 2. You're quite fierce, all right? And sometimes you may not always realize that because things feel quite heavy, and your energy naturally goes to that, okay? I'm also getting some people here that may be in the medical field or be nurses. I'm getting that as well too, and the way that you care for people when they're in a very dark, vulnerable moment, okay? And I think you guys want to see justice, like for people that have been treated unfairly, for people that have lost everything, for those people in the world, you guys want to see fairness and justice, I feel, okay? And some of you here could have gone into legal fields as well, as a result of things that happened in your family, or, wanting to be an advocate for people, okay? We have here, you're ready. I love that, pile number 2. So you are ready in your life right now for whatever it is that you're trying to do. You've already accomplished so much in your life. And I feel like, your family had a way, because you handled some very psychologically intense situations and had to grow up quickly. I feel like, this just had a way of showing you like you can handle anything, and that you're ready to stand out from the crowd. You're ready to present yourself out into the world. No more shame, okay? You're ready to shine, I feel like, pile number 2, okay? And the way you grew up and the way you had to handle things and all of that has actually improved your confidence, because it's like, I can handle a lot and I know what to do, okay? I love it. Pile number 2. Root chakra. Okay, vitality. Yeah, vitality with the moon card talking about, you know, physical, mental, emotional health issues, vitality and stability, right? How do we base ourselves in the world with the root chakra? Vitality, stability, survival, okay? So your family teaching you, your family, there's something about your genetic line or your family energy that where I fear, okay, because the word fearful is here. So there could, with the moon card, there could be a lot of fear. I do feel like, especially in your maternal line, the fire of the feminine has been greatly suppressed, or driven like underground, okay? And I feel like part of what you guys are doing is bringing a voice to that and, you know, raising that fire up, okay? And there could have been a lot of issues about survival and being very fearful as well too, because I feel like some people were heavily relied on in your family, and other people, because of whatever circumstances, they couldn't really do a whole lot to be relied upon, okay? And that could have given you a lot of anxiety, pile number 2, about your own survival. But I also feel it's made you incredibly resourceful and capable and confident, because, you know, you've dealt with worse, okay? And there is a sense with the root chakra of feeling like very grounded. You know what I mean? With the world card too, and Saturn, and that whole energy of feeling grounded in your experience, and not feeling like you're just, you know, at a loss, or just at, you know, like your vitality and your energy is completely sapped from you and taken from you, okay? So with this root chakra, I feel like you guys are, and some of it is grief, I feel like, pile number 2, and releasing that, and it allows your root chakra to really shine and be strong, all right? We have here quieting the mind. Yep, card 32, and quieting the mind. Pile number 2, I just actually, with this, I just want to take a second. Let's just take 5 seconds and be quiet for a second. I'll be quiet, you be quiet, we'll count to 5. Yeah, I feel like that was even too fast. We could have done 10, 20 seconds. Quieting the mind, right? Especially if there's been a lot of anxiety and fears about survival, and learning to meditate. I feel for some of you here too, getting more spiritual, having more time to explore, you know, your spirituality, your uniqueness, and working on quieting the mind is something that feels quite peaceful, I feel like, for you guys, pile number 2. And maybe that's something you learned, not to let situations get the best of you, and to quiet your mind, and to meditate, and to just let situations, have faith and let your situations unfold, okay? We have here Sagittarius and I see. Absolutely, okay? We have card number 21 here. We have 21, 25, and 32, so we could have people around those ages. But it's like, I see, you know, I see how my fears, and I see how sometimes, like, I've neglected myself too, and my fears, and this whole thing here of forgiving yourself for not giving yourself enough self-love. I feel like you guys are starting to see that, all right? And I mentioned fire sign women in your family too, so we have Sagittarius here, but I see, you know, and with the moon card, it's hard to see anything. It's just like walking around blindly, right? And the world card is sometimes like, if I don't see it, then it doesn't matter. You know, like, it's like, if I can't see it and touch it, then it's not there, right? And kind of how these two dichotomies are, you know, not really the truth, like neither one of them are the truth, and how, like, you're seeing more from a spiritual level and philosophical level, okay? I'm seeing the initials R AR, which could be, and I'm seeing an X too. ARX, maybe some of you have an X that has the initials A or R, but it's like I see. And how this has affected like your relationships is also like suffering longer than you need to, staying in misery, staying with someone because it's like needed for survival, like these types of things. And I feel like you're starting to see like the generational cycle of misery that sometimes happens in families. You know what I mean? And you're becoming aware of that for sure, pile number 2, and breaking the cycle with the World card here. We have Mercury and mind, absolutely. And Mercury is coming out under I am intelligent. So being very confident with yourself that you can take in and process information, and you're very resourceful, and that you actually are getting a lot of information consciously and subconsciously, okay? And I see my mind, you know what I mean? Some of you could have Mercury in Sagittarius, but it's like, I see on multiple levels here. And I feel like with your mind is somewhere you can find good confidence. You know what I mean? Quieting the mind and mind. All right. And sometimes with the World card, it's like, okay, I need to slow down. I need to be quiet. I need to listen to myself and how I feel and all of these things. Okay. So the mind, all right. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Mind. Okay. I feel like some of you are like, yeah, the whole lesson from all of this is I need to mind my own business and focus on myself. And maybe that's the case, pile number 2. Maybe that's the case, all right? But I feel you guys are becoming more spiritual every day is what I feel. Oh yeah, we have tiger and we have fire. Yes, indeed. And look at these two here. This could be like a mother and a daughter. This could be 2 sisters. This could be, you know, a daughter and a father, but this is tiger, okay? Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Yes, pile number 2. And with the World card, it may feel like we're just having to do everything on our own and there's no one here to help us, okay? So I feel like this is actually a good mantra for you guys to say, and some of you may resonate with big cat energy. And I feel like because there is a lot of heavy energy here with your family, like igniting your passion and your confidence and your fire and learning to quiet your mind and be an advocate for others is something that helps you immensely. And I'm going to read it again because I feel like it's like a mantra for you guys. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Aw, pile number 2. I love that. Let's go ahead and get some messages from your guides. Let's see what else they have to tell you regarding your family situation and your role, actually your role, or anything you need to know here. Spirits, angels, and guides, can you please connect me with a little bit more information here for my pile number 2s regarding their role in their family, okay? More information, please, here for my pile number 2s. More information here for my pile, okay? The King of Cups. Wow. Okay. Pisces energy. And, you know, the Moon card in the tarot is represented by Pisces. And so some of you may have a lot of 12th house energy in your chart or a lot of Pisces energy. Also, some of you may have a father that was Pisces or was a water sign, okay? I'm also seeing Cancer here too. And I think like you guys are quite, not only are you quite resourceful, but you're also very sensitive. And I feel like maybe this is something you haven't been able to explore as much, or you haven't been able to really like sit with your emotions and quiet your mind and just feel your emotions, okay, with this whole mind energy and quieting the mind. And not looking at emotions as positive or negative, but just letting them run through you and be what they are, okay? And showing up to life maybe in a little bit like softer type of a way here too, okay? Understanding the emotions of the people around you and your own as well. Let's see, there may be a Pisces in your family that's quite instrumental as well. For some of you, this could have been a father or a brother or an uncle or just somebody down the line in your family line. Let's see what else here. Let's see what else. What about pile number 2's role? We have the 10 of Cups. Wow, you guys. You know, this 10 of Cups though, she doesn't look like she's so happy. The 10 of Cups is usually quite a happy card. You know what I mean? And I feel like maybe sometimes there's this like stain on happiness, or there's this sense of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I feel like for some of you guys, this could be in your partnerships as well, your romantic partnerships, like being with someone, but also feeling emotionally lonely at times, okay? The 5 of Cups for me too is a card of feeling alone. You know, the 10 of Cups is like, I'm with someone, but I don't feel like I'm being seen emotionally, and it may involve like not being so vulnerable emotionally, because I feel like with the World card, you guys have had to show up and be very strong. So there may be a tendency to shut people out or push people back, okay? And feeling like people give up on you sometimes, okay, pile number 2? And I'm so sorry if that's the way, you know, that it's been. And for some of you too, if you've had fathers that have been less than helpful or haven't been around, I'm sending you love on that level too, okay? Let's go ahead and see. The thing is I feel you guys sometimes can be a little bit prickly and not letting people in emotionally. But the thing is I do feel like your romantic partner notices that, or the people around you that care about you see this. And I feel like they want to talk to you about it, but I feel like sometimes maybe you don't want to let people in. I know when you have a lot of grief, like letting people in and seeing any of that can feel, it's very cleansing emotionally with the 10 of Cups, but it's also, you know, you have to clear your whole calendar for that because it's a lot of emotional work, okay? Let's see what else here. For my pile number 2s. What else do they need to know here, Spirit, with regard to their family and their role, okay? The Ace of Wands. Ooh, there's the passion, okay? There is the passion and the fire. And for some of you too, it's, you know, the passion, the level of passion and connection that you feel in your relationships in general is going to be directly correlating to the amount of, you know, passion and vulnerability that you two can share with one another, okay? Because I feel like some of you here could get into partnerships where it's technically okay, but like maybe the spark is missing, or maybe there is fire that's missing. And I do feel there's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of love and emotion. But there's a need to, with the Ace of Wands, to like reignite things, or there's a need to come to a new level of vulnerability, okay? And also to reconnect with passion and intensity. And, you know, it's this, you know, the Ace of Wands, like the sweating, the scent of things, that feeling of, you know, lightning energy, that feeling of a spotlight, you know, not having distance between you and other people. It's like, I care about you and I care about you, but we're at a distance. You know what I mean? I feel like the Ace of Wands, like reintegrating the fire, right? With the Ace of Wands, and we have Tiger with fire. So I do feel like letting people in. You guys have so much potential to be really happy and have a very fulfilling emotional life, which I feel like something you couldn't really work on or attend to when you were younger, especially for those of you that were being caretakers to people. So I feel like, you know, this is like this passion and this fire and being bold and brave about revealing yourself and letting people in is something that's going to bring you a lot more pleasure in life, both sexually, romantically, in friendships, etc. Okay? And it's exciting. You know what I mean? The King of Cups, Ten of Cups, it could be a lot more exciting with the Ace of Wands involved, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope that that's, it's like finding your fire again after a period of stagnation. Pile number 2, I love it, okay? I love my bold people in pile number 2. Thank you so much, my loves. And if you enjoyed the reading, if you would like the video, that would be amazing. And if you feel like subscribing, I would completely appreciate that as well. Thank you so much, my pile number 2s, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. All right. Pile number 3, let's start your reading. Okay. All right. All right, let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called The Truth About Your Family and Their Role in Your Life. As I've said in every pile, we're not going to be able to solve the world's problems in a half-an-hour reading, but hopefully we can get to the core of some things here and suss out what's going on, okay? Pile number 3, thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my pile number 3s who come here today seeking your beautiful guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium and the channel between pile number 3 and yourselves, okay? I was already getting intuitive messages as soon as I picked up your guys' cards and got into your pile. As such, we could have some psychic and intuitives in this pile because I feel like it's like boom, boom, boom. Because I was getting Eggs Benedict like right away. Then I was getting hollandaise sauce. And then I was getting the country Holland, okay? For those of you that relate to that. And what else? Okay, I was getting something else too. Oh no, did I forget? That's what happens. Like I remember and I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up and say it or I'll forget. Let's see, I had a memory lapse there. Pile number 3. Let's see if I can get some channeled messages. Maybe it'll come back to me because I feel like I was getting something else for you guys too. Okay, I'm seeing a racetrack. So maybe some of you have people in your family that like racing, like car racing or racetrack or horse tracks or that type of thing, some type of racing. Or maybe you have someone in your family that does that. Who's that like Dale Earnhardt guy or whatever? Wasn't he like a race car driver? Dale somebody? Anyway, maybe you have a Dale or someone named Dale in your family. Maybe you have that name. Actually, I have a girlfriend with that name. Her name's Dale. I should reach out to her. She's a Cancer rising. Maybe we have some Cancers here. Let's go ahead and see what else from my pile number 3s, please. All right. I feel like I'm getting the energy of a foreign language or someone here that can speak more than one language or knows a foreign language or can reasonably get their way around in some foreign languages. I'm also getting the energy of Spain or Portugal. So maybe some people have family there or you've always wanted to go there or visit. You know, there's a special place, I think it's in Spain, where there's a bunch of people that have red hair there and like freckles. And a lot of people there are like Rh negative. Have you guys ever heard of the Rh negative? The R factor, okay? Like it's a blood type. Like if you say like you're AB negative or O negative, it just has to do with, you know, like 15% of the people in the world are actually like AB negative versus AB positive. Maybe some of you have a unique blood type, pile number 3. Was that the Basque region in Spain? BASQE? Anyway, pile number 3, I digress. I'm also getting Canada, okay? Some of you may have relatives that immigrated to Canada or you're from Canada or you have lived there, you have lived and you have loved there, all right? Maybe some of you had a lover that was Canadian that you really liked, all right? I'm also getting the A names, pile number 3. Let's see what else here. Spirit is telling me about a pink loofah, you know, like the things that you use in the shower, like the pink loofah. Spirit is also telling me something like with pink polka dots, like a white shirt with pink polka dots. Maybe some of you had a shirt like that when you were younger that you really loved to wear, or maybe you have something now like that that you really love to wear. Or you had a blanket or a pillow or something like that. It's like white with pink polka dots on it. Let's see what else for pile number 3, please. Okay, I'm getting the energy of Coca-Cola or cherry Coca-Cola. So maybe someone in your family really I'm getting someone who liked to drink cherry Coca-Cola and smoke cigarettes, okay? Maybe like menthols, all right? Like somebody's grandma or something like that, okay? For those of you, not something like that. I mean, maybe you have a mother or grandmother that did that, all right? I feel like this person's confident because she's like, don't say something like that. Just say like what it is. I like your ancestors, pile number 3. I like them, you know? Some of you may have some very like confident or firm women in your family or people that are like straight shooters. I like that for you, pile number 3. Let's see what else here. Okay, I also heard conniving. I feel like someone's ancestor here has their like hand over their lips and is like laughing and they're like winking and they're also conniving, you know? I like it, okay? And I feel like somebody's grandmother here had like cat eye glasses. I feel like someone here could have been an Aquarius or been kind of unique or different or was ahead of her time or was like, you know, like believed in like women's power and empowerment or was ahead of her time, like when it comes to like gender roles is kind of what I'm getting here too. Let's see what else. Okay. All right. Spirit is telling me something about a thumbnail, which is a thing on YouTube, like a thumbnail. So maybe some of you are readers here and you were picking a thumbnail or doing something with that because Spirit is saying something about a thumbnail. Okay, whatever you want to say, Spirit. Okay, I'm also getting the energy of a broken picture frame. Like it could have been a family photo or a photo of the family that you like or someone really liked that just kept the frame broken but wanted to keep the picture. So there's kind of like a broken frame for a photo. Okay, I'm also feeling like some women, like some people in the family maybe that had big boobies. Okay, I'm also getting that. I feel like whose ever grandmother was coming through was like, not me, you know, like not me. But I am feeling like for some other of you here, there is people here in your family with big boobies. Okay, like some women. Or like body or like looking hot, like they got body or they're looking hot. Maybe some of you are like, yeah, like my mom was hot when she was younger. All my boyfriends wanted to take her out. Let's see what else here for pile number 3. Let's see what else here. Okay, I'm getting the name Patricia. Maybe someone had a family member with that name or the P names in general are coming out here. I'm also getting like a porcupine. Someone here might have had like a wood statue of a porcupine or they like them or something. I also feel like someone could be like a little bit prickly at times, but loved her family like super intensely, but also could be a little bit prickly at times. I'm getting an auntie here for some of you too, okay? I mean, I'm just going off the top of my head and channeling pile number 3. Actually, your guides are feeding me information. Let's see what else. What else, please? Okay, I'm getting an 8-ball or someone who would get like lottery tickets or someone who had an 8-ball. Maybe you had an 8-ball when you were younger. Also, 8-ball can be like a drug thing too, okay? Maybe someone here tried that or was into that. But let's see what else. Let's see what else here for pile number 3. Okay, I just heard it all started in Mexico. So maybe some of you went there recently or something started there. I don't know, but I just heard that. Maybe you're watching a show about that. Let's see what else. I also feel South America in this pile too, like South American families. Let's see what else here for pile number 3. Why am I hearing Oingo Boingo? All right, I don't even know what that is. Isn't it a band or something from back in the day? Oingo Boingo? What the hell? Okay. I'm also getting ping pong, or somebody who liked to play like ping pong a lot, like the game ping pong. And I feel like somebody here has a brother who's kind of a player, or maybe some of the men in your family have been womanizers, or someone that has a bachelor brother, or someone that doesn't really settle down, or somebody like a man in your family that likes to get laid a lot, okay? I also feel like maybe there was cheating somewhere as well that was overlooked in the family, okay? That people knew, but it was just like it got overlooked, okay? All right, we have the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, so there's Cancer energy right there. I do feel like your guys' family could have like immigrated or moved somewhere to somewhere else in the world and picked up and started a new life somewhere else, okay? All of a sudden I open my eyes, I'm looking out the window and it's completely dark outside. I'm like, wow. Pile number 3, let's get into it. Okay, I'm also getting the name Stacia. Stacia, maybe someone here has a friend or an auntie cousin with that name, but let's see what else here. Margaret as a name, someone with a Margaret name or something like Margaret. Also spirits like Margaret Thatcher. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, anyway, we have the Page of Cups. There's the player brother. I'm just kidding. We'll see. We'll see. Here's the 9 of Wands. Okay. And here, oh, the Chariot again. Wow. Pile number 3. Look at that. Things have a way of working out. Okay. In your family, like things there might be some lack of responsibility or accountability, especially with the men in your family. I feel like at times, pile number 3. And maybe you've seen that play out in your own relationships at times, as, you know, ancestral patterns have a way of, you know, kind of happening. I do feel like that there could have been like a younger masculine energy, or someone in the family who didn't take things very seriously, or like I said, who is like kind of a bachelor, just kind of having fun. And I feel like the other person had to kind of like take care of everything. I do feel like there could be some fierce, strong women in your family, pile number 3, who maybe took on the job of like, you know, like the men and the women in the family. Like there's some of that fierceness, okay? Look at the boobies too. on the Sphinxes, on the Chariot card, okay? I always love that. Look at the booby. Of course, Cancer energy, right? With the boobies. But, you know, with the Chariot, it's like there's no place like home, but also trying to find a sense of home in the world. And also, I feel like there might be a sense of restlessness in the family, like someone running off and leaving the other person to kind of like handle everything, right? Some of you could have had a brother that like left home to like go have fun or do their own thing, and then like left you like with your parents, and you're like, thanks a lot, you know? But I'm also seeing that kind of energy too. But with this 9 of Wands is really looking at this Page of Cups like, thanks a lot, you know, or like, thanks for nothing, or thanks for not being, thanks for like not showing up when I need you. Or, I mean, there's some feisty people, I feel like, in your family, pile number 3. And I do feel like someone in your family could like let a motherfucker know, you know, as well. I feel like some people in your family, they meant well, but maybe they like to have, you know, too much fun at times and left responsibilities on other people's shoulders. You know what I mean? Or left everyone else to kind of figure it out or fend for themselves at times. I'm not seeing like, you know, anybody, I'm not seeing like anything horrible here, like someone who's just a horrible person, But I am seeing somebody who has a tendency not to really like think of others as much as maybe they think about kind of having a good time, okay? And I feel like other people get very annoyed with that. I do feel like some of you could have parents that have been divorced or distanced from one another or moved away from one another too, okay? I do feel like someone separated from a partner, and then it's almost like that partner became even more childish when that happened. It's kind of interesting, pile number 3, but it's like, you know, how could you do that to me? Like, I've taken enough of your shit with the 9 of Wands. I'm moving on now. But I feel like someone's quite spicy and confident too. And maybe you have a sense of this as well. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes with the Page of Cups, 9 of Wands, and the Chariot, there may be a sense of like how my words or how my actions are affecting other people. You know what I mean? Like someone thinking their actions are like really cute or funny, or someone's being funny, but actually the comments or the way they're acting isn't helpful, and it's even like a little bit hurtful. Okay. So that's interesting. All right. And I feel like someone's saying here, like, I'm independent. I can do this on my own with the Chariot card. All right. Like, I don't need your help anyway. You're like another kid, you know, type of thing. All right. So let's go ahead. I also feel like somebody maybe complaining a lot about how kids are like really hard to raise in today's day and age, and how kids are like ungrateful, or they don't have a sense of like how hard things were in the past, or, you know, this type of thing. Maybe a little bit of complaining energy here with the 9 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Like, you know, someone's taking things a lot easier. And someone else is a little bit insulted by the way that the other person's kind of like letting things roll off their shoulder and isn't really taking things into consideration. Okay. Interesting. I also feel like someone in your family could have a lot of artistic talent. And I feel like someone in your family could have tried also to go down the path of artistic talent, but then they had kids, and so then they needed to be more practical, or they needed to like move on from a dream that they have, so they were not able to fully realize those dreams because of their family. And it's not like they resent their family, it's just that, you know, they didn't get to maybe do everything that they wanted to because they chose a different direction in life, you know? And I feel like some of you in this pile could be very artistic or creative, like very poetic as well, good at art, good at music, intuitives, you know, whatever it is that you do, something creative. And I feel like sometimes people maybe being like, well, you can't do that forever, or you're gonna have to like pick a direction in life at some point, okay, is what I'm kind of feeling here. We have jealousy. Wow. Yeah. Like somebody being envious or jealous because someone else gets to just kind of like kick it, like just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? What is that, like a song by SWV, like just kicking it with the Page of Cups? Like someone's just kicking it while the other person is kind of having to like be the strong one. I feel like some of you, maybe you had a brother or something that was just like chill or just kicking it, and you had to be the one to kind of like help your mother, etc., this type of thing. All right. But we have jealousy here. Your past wounds need healing. Work on your self-love. You are far greater than you know. Yes, exactly. And a sense of like, you know, like I don't have time for that with the 9 of Wands and the Chariot. Like I don't have time to like dilly-dally. I can't like, you know, I just need to keep on pressing forward here. And with the Page of Cups too, maybe a tendency to devalue yourself at times and feel small pile number 3, okay? Or feel like if you do what you want to do, it's going to be upsetting to people or hurt other people in some way, okay? I feel like also some of you may not have received a lot of support for what you wanted to do too, all right? We have here prejudice. What if you were categorized into a group and given attributes that were false without truly knowing who you are? Yeah, I feel like here some people could be categorizing you too as being like immature or being a dreamer or not really like, you know, like get with the program type of thing, okay? And there could have been a lot of that in your family of jealousy among people, envious kind of energy, and also a tendency to categorize people and not like you think of someone when they're younger and then you just think about that person the same way over and over. Like you don't see that someone else has actually grown. You know what I mean? And I feel like some of that could be going on in your family. Like maybe some people always looking at you like a little kid, etc. Okay? And so someone in your family giving attributes to someone else without knowing like truly who they are or trying to find out who they truly are. I'm also getting the name Sarah or a name that sounds like that, but maybe in another language, okay? We have success, right? So some people very jealous of some other people's success or what they're able to do without even trying. I feel like someone's here like, look at how hard I have to work, 9 of Wands, to make something happen in my life. And it's just so easy for you with the Page of Cups. Like, why can't I have things like that happen to me? All right. And with the Chariot, not realizing how hard you've had to work, pile number 3. Okay. And maybe people in your family having false notions of each other and also being jealous of other people and thinking that they have it easy when they really don't. Okay. So something coming up about that. We have determination. Yeah. With the Chariot, I feel like what you guys learned was to be determined about not being put in a particular category. Like, oh, you think I'm this small thing and I don't know what I'm doing? I'll show you, okay? And then once you show people being jealous or envious of your success, which is, you know, success comes from determination and not giving up. And I feel like you guys have that in spades. And if you're still working on developing that, I feel like that is what's going to happen, okay? You're successful because of your determination in life, and other people in your family may feel jealous of that because maybe you're the one that kind of left them behind, all right? Or you're the one that moved away, or you're the one that went and pursued your dreams, okay? Or you will be doing that. And people feeling jealous or guilting you, like, thanks for leaving me with mom and dad, or thanks for, you know, like, I needed you, that type of thing. Like, where were you? So interesting energy here, pile number 3. Okay, I'm getting the A names like Alexis, like a name like that too. Number 6, I am nurturing. Your heart is your gift. Yeah, Page of Cups. Pile number 3, your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. Absolutely, yes you do. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those that you love. Yeah, you are a protector. And I feel like at times you protecting the people in your family, overdoing what you want to do, and then later in life deciding, I can't hold myself back anymore. I need to keep focusing on my journey, okay? And I do feel like some of you here could be an older sibling as well who was helping a younger sibling and helping to nurture them as well, okay? You have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice. But I feel like some of that self-sacrifice has been extremely painful as well. You know what I mean? And has been very hard on you at times, pile number 3, like the things that you've had to sacrifice for your family. I also feel like those of you who are parents, the things that you've had to sacrifice for your own children, maybe other people in your family not having to do the same as you've had to do, okay? But through your success, drive, and determination, you guys are making a lot happen in your life, and you're taking off in ways that people could never predict, okay? Pile number 3, good for you. We have friendship here. Okay, even in friendships, you guys are very nurturing, and you defend the people that you love. You lift them up and you empower them and encourage them to be the best that they can be. But I feel like sometimes people don't always return the same to you, okay? And this may, like, the relationships that you saw in your family with your siblings or with your parents, I feel like sometimes those dynamics show up in your friendships, okay? But I also think friendships are a place of healing for you. If you're truly around people that support each other and lift each other up and are not just jealous haters, you know what I mean? For those of you that have had to deal with envious, jealous, hater friends, and I'm so sorry, pile number 3. Like, some people make it look easy and other people don't realize how hard they've had to struggle. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up. And it makes me mad when people are like that. Oh yeah, we have the Chariot and success. All right. The Chariot represents victory, forward motion, and the ability to make things happen. Okay. And it's like, you know, after the Lovers, after we've looked at the dichotomy and looked at the duality and made certain decisions and thought things through with the Chariot, it's time to move things forward. It's time to take action. It's time to put our whole heart and soul into something. You guys have 2 success cards here, and you have determination. Okay, so if people had a way of underestimating you or making you feel less than, I feel like they're going to get their butts kicked by you, pile number 3, and then they'll figure out, what the real deal is. Okay, pile number 3. We have transformation. Okay, metamorphosis, synchronicity, and the unexpected. Okay, the way that you guys change, I feel like, is so unexpected. And your family is going to show you, like, I feel how far you can go and how much you can change. And I feel like there's going to be people in your life that you outgrow, whether that's friends or family members. I'm seeing the number 6. I'm seeing 66 here. I'm seeing the initial H. Okay. And I feel like I'm also seeing the dolphins here too. So some of you may resonate with dolphin energy. I mean, people aren't going to you're going to come, like the underdog out of nowhere and surprise people, okay? And your transformation is truly because of your determination and your loving heart too, okay? Your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer, okay? People are not going to expect the person that you're becoming. And some people may have labeled you unfairly with prejudice. And some people may be quite jealous when they see what you've done. But, then they should just get off their asses and do the work that you've done. Pile number 3, okay? There's this transformation isn't for everybody because not everyone can handle it. You know what I mean? And it's like, am I ever going to get out of this situation? Am I ever going to be able to break free? And I feel like, yes, pile number 3, the answer to that is yes. And because it doesn't serve you to play small, okay? We have here close encounters. Wow, okay. Card number 10. I feel like you are so close to achieving something, pile number 3, whether it's a promotion, whether it's an emotional, mental success, moving on from something, gathering up courage and your determination to power through something in your life, and breaking free as well from, other people's ideas of who you are. And look at the butterflies here, leaving the cage and floating up. And I feel like butterflies are a huge sign of transformation, okay? Like you were never meant to be kept in a cage. You're meant to be free. You're meant to evolve. You're meant to change. You're meant to grow, all right? Card number 10, and close encounters. I also feel like, you know, your ancestors are close. Your spirits are close, that you're having close encounters with that too. All right, pile number 3 with your intuition and with the spirit world as well, with close encounters. We have Aries, I am. Hell yeah, pile number 3. Look at you driving forward. Look at you pushing yourself on your path. Look at you with the confidence to be who you are. I am, okay? And I feel like the people that underestimated you, you will show them who you are, not just to prove them wrong, but also because it's who you are, all right? And we have card 13 here, so I feel like some of you, like as young as 13, understanding certain things about your life and what you want to do, okay? And I feel like 13-year-olds can kind of be kind of like, haha, in your face, like kind of snotty in a way. I mean, I know how I was when I was 13. I also have a niece who's 15 and things like that. Anyway, so I feel like this I am is like you coming back and reclaiming and saying, I'm not like this weak person who can't do anything. I'm strong and I will succeed. Okay, I am. We have here the sun. Oh yeah, baby. And spirit. Okay, I am spirit. I am the sun. And look at the chariot here on this sun card. It's like I am growing into myself. I am growing into my individuality. We may have some Sun and Aries people here too, but I am growing into myself and my individuality, and there is no stopping me now. It doesn't matter how many roads I have to travel down or where I need to go. I'm going to do it because I matter and I'm important, okay? I love that determination that you guys have here, okay? I love it. Pile number 3. And then we have here the hummingbird. Miracles. Miracles do happen, pile number 3. And look at the beautiful purple flowers there. I wonder if those are like purple lilies or something. But you can see here's the bud that's real closed up. And then you being around people who are very like grouping you in a category or very closed up and probably being a prejudice to you in the way that they're just saying like, you're like us or your attributes are like us. And look at you over here, flowering, flourishing. You're like, I'm not anything like you. And your guys' wings are way out there. Like their wings are down, too busy looking at everyone else and staying like hemmed in. And I feel like for you, your wings are open and you're like, oh no, this is me. Get ready to watch me fly, okay? It says here, you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Oh, I love that. Energy soars on your shining wings. Oh yeah, with the chariot for sure. Okay, and spread the miracle of happiness. You are the joy bringer. Yeah, with the sun here, with the determination. Like I am determined to bring happiness and love into this world. I am determined to, you know, find myself and be myself and not limit myself in any way. Good for you, pile number 3. I like it. I like it. Okay, some people feeling like they have the right to judge your journey or your path at times, but no, okay? You're blessing the world with your positivity and love, and the world needs that, okay? And that's why you get a pass to move forward with the chariot as well, all right? But let's go ahead and see. Let's get some more energy about the role in your own family and how this is changing and growing, okay? Pile number 3. Spirits, angels, and guides. Can you give me a little bit more information here for my beautiful pile number 3s as they move forward on their, okay, Queen of Swords. I feel like this is what you need as you move forward on your path is, you know, you guys are getting real fierce, all right? The Queen of Swords is very fierce and you know, you have a very nurturing heart, and you may have been very self-sacrificing for other people in the past. But the Queen of Swords is saying, like, now it's time for boundaries, okay? Now it's time to, you know, have healthy boundaries with your family as well. And maybe you don't see them all the time. Maybe you're not around them all the time, but you are spending more time, I feel like, making up your mind and growing in your own self-mastery, all right? So not everyone can always be around you all the time. I feel like pile number 3, you're getting pretty discerning about the people that you're going to allow in your space and in your energy, all right? And let's see what else here. I mean, I feel like your heart is a beautiful thing, but self-sacrifice has a way of demeaning our you know, our mission in life. And I feel like you guys do have a beautiful heart, but you also are becoming quite discerning. And also I feel like you guys are becoming the feisty men or women in your family, and calling things out as well and saying, you know, this is not appropriate or this should not be said, these types of things, okay? Laying down the law, laying down boundaries. With the Queen of Swords, we have Libra energy here. Let's see what else here. What else here for pile number 3? We have the Chariot. Holy shit. Pile number 3. I mean, it came up once already. And the Tower's on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like there could be someone in your family that is like, you know, don't go, or has a lot of ideas about your life plan and could be very prejudiced towards you and say, you know, you can't do that, or, you know, you'll run into all these problems, or like, you know, this type of thing, being critical of your plans and what you're deciding to do here. Okay. And Spirit is just saying, keep going. No matter what anyone says to you, just keep going, pile number 3, keep pushing forward. And I get it that it's frustrating, and I get it's frustrating that some people never change, all right? But that doesn't have to be you. So let's go ahead and see what else here for pile number 3. Let's see what else here. I also feel like someone here taking off and leaving the other person with all the responsibility, which is something that I mentioned earlier as well. And but I don't feel like this is you, pile number 3. I mean, someone could be making you feel that way, but let's see. You get to choose your journey and pick your direction in life. Let's see here. What else for my pile number 3s, please? The Empress. Wow. And here it says self-love. Work on your self-love. And there may be a strong internal critic within you that is constantly, you know, as you've gotten older, like criticizing yourself, or people around you being very jealous of you and trying to put chinks in your armor, trying to, you know, demean your plans, etc., always having something to say about everything. Spirit is just saying, focus on self-love, and yeah, just focus on your emotional growth and healing and feeling better day to day, okay? Without all that critical energy, without like that negativity in your ear. I feel like pile number 3, just focus on where you want to be in life, okay? And some of you here too, I feel like wanting love and a partnership, and you know, wanting to be with someone that really chooses you. I feel like pile number 3, okay, with the Empress here. Let's see also, let's see what else here for my pile number 3s. Strength. Wow, that's beautiful. And like you're so, it says here, you are greater, you are far greater than you know. And I feel like some of you may be allowing people to keep you small, or telling yourself the same thing as well. And I feel like with the Chariot, the Empress, and Strength, it's like it's like you are far greater than you know. And if there's any like naysayers or people that are trying to say something different, I feel like your energy is just like, I'm moving on. you know, and I'm going to take care of myself. And every day I get stronger. You know, every day that I give back to myself, every day that I'm fully present for myself, every day that I stand up for myself, I am getting stronger every day, okay? And I feel like that's something that you can tell yourself. I'm not going to listen to the negativity. I'm getting stronger every day. I get to choose my life path, okay? And let's see, one more here for pile number 3. There's that Page of Cups. Oh my God. I love it. And I feel like some of you may have spent a lot of time trying to get someone romantically to see where you're coming from, or giving an ultimatum. And I feel like, you know, you tell this person, hey, like either you're coming or you need to make a decision here. And I feel like it doesn't really work, you know what I mean, with some people that I feel like you guys get involved with romantically, because they have their own agendas and they just kind of come back and reappear to flirt with you or to be around with you when they feel like it, okay? And that's really annoying. I'm getting annoyed just looking at it, pile number 3. And there is something here about your relationships and having like more boundaries and standards for what you are going to allow, and not chasing people that continually run and disappear, okay? And then come back just as soon as you've found your self-worth, just as soon as you finally like, you know, put a lid on it and kind of like decided I'm on this journey myself and I'm gonna make it happen for me and I know what I want. And then all of a sudden this person pops back into your life, okay? Like, hey, like what's up, you know? And I feel like, but your back is turned to this person. So I feel like this pattern is something you are ultimately outgrowing, okay? And you're choosing to love yourself more, I feel like, than this person. Even I feel like this person is kind of clueless about your path and your journey, about everything that you've needed to do in order to get yourself where they are. And I feel like compared to you, I don't care if this person's spiritual or not, I feel they're not as, you know, much of an old soul as you. And I also feel like they're not as mature as you, okay? And they're still acting like a little boy or a little girl. And I feel like for you guys, this could be a romantic partner, all right? And I just feel like it's time to focus on you, your health, your health, your fitness, if that's something you're into, your own sense of self-value, taking care of yourself, learning new things, like trying new things, going to different places, being really strong-willed about what it is that you will and won't put up with. I feel like these things are key to keeping you going on this path of the Chariot, okay? And people may pop back up out of nowhere in your life quite a bit, like, hey, here I am. But I feel like, you know, maybe all they're gonna get from you is a sniff of your backside as you're walking out the door, pile number 3. And people realize like they wanna have a close encounter with you, or they'd like to get close to your energy. But unfortunately for them, I feel like you have decided to move on, or that that's not for you, okay? And I just wanna encourage you to make that kind of choice for yourself, pile number 3, and not be self-sacrificing for anyone, okay? Thank you so much, pile number 3. I hope that that reading resonated for you, and I hope it gave you some insight into the truth about your family and their role in your life, okay? And don't ever accept less than what you're worth, all right, my beautiful pile number 3s? Thank you so much, pile number 3, and thank you so much to everyone today. Take care.